Have you ever been blown away by a car that looked like an old taxi? Plain, unimpressive, maybe even boring. But the moment it hit the gas, it shot off like a rocket, leaving you behind, stunned and speechless. Welcome to the strange and fascinating world of sleeper cars, the wolves in sheep's clothing of the automotive world. The 1990s were the golden age of sleepers. Sedans that could outrun sports cars, SUVs that embarrassed exotics, even pickup trucks that could make muscle cars nervous. In this video, we're uncovering 8 forgotten sleeper cars from the 90s, machines that never made magazine covers, but earned nods of respect from those who knew what they were looking at. Ready to dive in? Let's begin our journey into a world of cars that looked ordinary, but were anything but. Number 1. 1995 Ford Thunderbird SC. This was the highest performance version of the 10th generation Thunderbird, and the last coupe Ford ever equipped with a supercharged V6. Sadly, it arrived at the wrong time. The 1995 Thunderbird SC was released just as American buyers began turning away from sporty coupes and toward the rising SUV trend. Despite its impressive specs, the SC line quietly faded into the background. Under the hood was a supercharged 3.8-liter V6, producing 230 horsepower and 330 pound-feet of torque. A 5-speed manual was a rare option alongside the standard 4-speed automatic. With 4-wheel independent suspension, uncommon on American cars at the time, and 4-wheel disc brakes, the SC offered confident handling both in straight lines and through curves. It clocked 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 6.8 to 7 seconds, a strong number for a coupe, weighing nearly 3,700 pounds. In terms of design, the Thunderbird SC retained the elegance the nameplate was known for. A long body, low roofline, slim headlights, and a minimalist grille. That mild-mannered appearance misled many into thinking it was just a cruiser, until they pressed the gas. Inside, it came with sporty bucket seats, a digital gauge cluster, 4-spoke steering wheel, and automatic climate control. Ford had high hopes for the SC, but high production costs and low sales brought the project to an early end. Only 574 Thunderbird SCs were built in 1995, making it one of the rarest and most overlooked supercharged coupes of the 1990s. Number 2, 1990 Mercury Cougar XR7. Sometimes, a car doesn't need to be loud or flashy to make an impression. It just needs to accelerate fast, corner smoothly, and make you wonder, how have I never heard of this before? The 1990 Mercury Cougar XR7 is exactly that kind of car. The XR7 shared its platform with the Ford Thunderbird, but Mercury gave it a more refined and sport-oriented twist. Most notably, the 1990 model year marked a major transformation. It was the first Cougar XR7 to receive a supercharged 3.8-liter 5.6, producing 210 horsepower and 315 pound-feet of torque. This engine was paired with either a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed automatic transmission, along with fully independent suspension and 4-wheel disc brakes with ABS, features rarely seen on American cars of the time. Driving it was smooth when you wanted comfort, but fierce when you decided to push. But performance wasn't the only highlight. The XR7 also featured intelligent handling, an electronic adjustable suspension system adapted on the fly for cornering or heavy loads. Inside, the leather seats, wood trim, and automatic climate control made it feel refined, while hiding the fact that this was actually a sleeper. Still, it never became a star. Only 841 units were produced in 1990 with the supercharged setup, a tiny number that made it nearly forgotten among the sea of other mid-size performance coupes of the era. Number 3, 1993 Oldsmobile Achieva SCX. Developed from the basic compact Achieva coupe, the SCX version was the product of Oldsmobile's W41 Performance Division, a group of engineers focused on building serious speed during the 1990s. And don't let its mild appearance fool you. This two-door performance coupe had specs that rivaled real sports cars of its time. The SCX was powered by a 2.3-liter DOHC quad 4HO inline-4, producing 190 horsepower, paired with a Getrag 5-speed manual and front-wheel drive. It redlined at 7,400 RPM and could reach 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 8 seconds. Impressive for a car weighing just over 2,600 pounds. But the SCX wasn't just quick. It was track-tuned for SCCA racing, featuring stiffer suspension, sway bars, high lift cams, a custom ECU, and a performance exhaust. In short, this was a mass-market sedan, factory-tuned for speed. From the outside, the clues were subtle: a W41 badge, special wheels, and understated side skirts. Inside, it was minimal and focused: cloth sport seats, a 3-spoke steering wheel, and a tachometer front and center, built for driving, not showing off. Only 1,136 Achieva SCX units were built between 1992 and 1993, and just 500 of them were 1993 models. Today, the SCX is a textbook sleeper. Unassuming, technically advanced, and extremely rare. A forgotten 4-door that once showed what Oldsmobile was truly capable of. Number 4, 1995 Ford F-150 SVT Lightning. The Ford F-150 SVT Lightning was introduced in 1993, marking a new turning point, a true muscle truck, engineered by Ford's Special Vehicle Team, SVT. And by 1995, the Lightning had reached its maturity, with stable performance, a clear identity, and quietly becoming a legendary sleeper truck. At that time, the US market was slowly being swept up in a strange new trend: pickup trucks that could race. Chevrolet released the 454 SS. GMC shocked the world with the Cyclone. Ford couldn't sit on the sidelines. Ford answered with a no-compromise choice: an upgraded 5.8-liter Windsor, 351 cubic inch engine, producing 240 horsepower and 340 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission and a specially balanced driveshaft to handle high torque. The Lightning could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7.6 seconds. Extremely quick for a truck weighing over 2 tons at the time. What made the Lightning truly dangerous was its deceptively ordinary appearance. Aside from the 17-inch wheels and a small SVT badge, it was still a boxy F-150, capable of hauling cargo, carrying passengers, and no one would expect it to outrun a sports car at a stoplight. The cabin was equipped with sporty bucket seats, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, and a performance gauge cluster, giving the sensation of piloting a muscle car in a pickup truck disguise. The suspension was lowered and specially tuned, allowing the vehicle to corner more precisely than some sedans of the era. Only 11,563 Gen 1 Lightnings were produced from 1993 to 1995. Number 5, 1992 Dodge Spirit RT. One of the fastest sedans in America at launch, and one of the truest forgotten sleeper cars of its time. That's the 1992 Dodge Spirit RT. Built on Chrysler's legendary K platform, the Spirit RT was the high-performance version of the otherwise humble Spirit sedan. Dodge quietly equipped this car with a serious piece of machinery: A 2.2-liter turbo 3DOHC engine, co-developed by Chrysler and Lotus, producing 224 horsepower and 217 pound-feet of torque. Mated to a Getrag 5-speed manual and front-wheel drive, it delivered performance that surprised even European sports car rivals. This sedan could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.8 seconds, with a top speed of 142 miles per hour, 228 kilometers per hour. Faster than the BMW M5 E34 and the Nissan 300ZX Turbo of its day. But what made the Spirit RT a true sleeper wasn't just its numbers. It was how completely unassuming it looked. No body kit, no aggressive stance, just 15-inch alloy wheels and a small RT badge on the rear. You'd never expect it to move like it did. Inside, the cabin followed classic Dodge simplicity. Cloth seats, a basic dash, but a proper tachometer and a turbo boost gauge hinted at what lay beneath. It had everything you needed, and nothing you didn't, for a surprising ride. Only 1,208 Spirit RT units were produced in 1992, and far fewer remain on the roads today. Number 6. 1996 Chevrolet Impala SS. A bold revival of a muscle car icon, this time dressed as a full-size sedan. The 1996 Chevrolet Impala SS was built on GM's B-body platform, sharing its chassis with the Caprice, but fine-tuned to deliver real performance. Under the hood sat the LT1 5.7-liter V8, the same engine found in the Corvette C4, retuned for street manners, yet still formidable. It produced 260 horsepower and 330 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 4-speed automatic and rear-wheel drive. Despite its 4,200-pound curb weight, the Impala SS could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 6.5 to 7 seconds. It featured lowered suspension, thicker sway bars, 17-inch wheels, and performance disc brakes, giving it strength and balance that defied its size. The exterior came in just 3 muted tones: black, dark cherry metallic, and dark green-gray, all projecting a quiet, confident muscle. Inside, the 1996 model was the most refined version, featuring power leather seats, a 4-spoke steering wheel, wood trim, and analog gauges. Elegant yet powerful, the cabin reflected the dual nature of this true sleeper. 1996 marked the final production year of the Impala SS, capping a short but impactful 3-year run with about 69,000 units built. The 96 model stood as the peak of the line, a full-size American sleeper that knew exactly when to strike. Number 7. 1992 GMC Typhoon. In the early 90s, if you told someone an SUV could keep up with a Ferrari, they'd probably laugh. Back then, SUVs were slow, clunky, made for hauling, not hauling ass. But then came the GMC Typhoon, and it shattered everything we thought we knew. Built on the 2-door S15 Jimmy platform, the Typhoon was an unthinkable performance upgrade. GMC took the 4.3-liter turbocharged V6, shared with the Cyclone pickup, and tuned it to produce 280 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. It was paired with a specially calibrated AWD system designed for grip and brutal acceleration. That setup launched this SUV from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.3 seconds, a time that embarrassed many sports cars of the era. It ran the quarter-mile in 14.1 seconds, all while wearing the disguise of a boxy American utility vehicle. But the Typhoon wasn't just fast. It had style and menace. Wide body cladding, 16-inch alloys, and dark monochrome paint schemes made it look ready for trouble. Inside, the cabin featured glossy black leather, red accented gauges, and stitched Typhoon emblems that felt more like warnings than branding. Still, the Typhoon confused people. It wasn't meant to tow. It wasn't meant to go off-road. And it sure wasn't cheap. It was too ahead of its time. That's why only 4,697 units were ever produced, with about 2,200 made for the 1992 model year. Number 8. 1999 Ford Taurus SHO. At a glance, the 1999 Ford Taurus SHO looked no different from a rental car parked at the airport. Rounded styling, quiet presence, bland paint, nothing about it screamed performance. But that's exactly what made it the perfect sleeper. This was the only Taurus SHO generation to feature a V8 engine, a 3.4-liter DOHC unit developed by Yamaha, producing 235 horsepower. It wasn't built to win drag races, but in the body of a family sedan, that power made a statement. There was just one transmission, a 4-speed automatic, no manual option. That frustrated many performance purists, but what the SHO delivered instead was smooth, refined power delivery, enough to surprise anyone who underestimated it. Its performance cues were subtle but intentional. Unique 16-inch directional wheels, mesh-style grille, sportier seats, and one easily overlooked detail: a wind deflector on the driver's wiper to stabilize it at high speed. However, the SHO came with its flaws. Around 1,200 cars experienced camshaft failure due to a pressed-on sprocket design, which could lead to catastrophic engine damage if left unaddressed. After 1999, Ford discontinued the SHO as it shifted focus toward luxury brands like Lincoln. And just like that, this quirky V8-powered sedan disappeared from showrooms, never getting the recognition it deserved. Today, the 1999 SHO stands as a quiet legend, a car that looked ordinary but was anything but. A reminder that sometimes the ones that don't shout are the ones worth listening to. The cars on this list may never have graced magazine covers. They didn't wear massive spoilers or roar through the streets. But it's exactly that humility that made them true sleeper cars. From a business-like sedan outrunning an M5 to a bulky SUV that could chase Ferraris, the 90s were a golden era for hidden performance. Today, many of these vehicles have vanished from roads, forgotten or underrated. But for real car lovers, they remain hidden gems, cars with personality, performance, and stories to tell. If you've ever owned or driven any of these sleepers, share your experience in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful or nostalgic, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the next journey with us.